Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. I've just stumbled across a shop which is one of the best shops I've been to in a long time. I was in there that long, I got a parking ticket and I still could have been in there longer. It's an amazing place. Take a look at this.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. So I've been on the road yet again. I was out with a family visiting Somerset, and whilst I was there I visited a town called Bridgewater. I was actually there filming somewhere completely different, which is going to be coming to the channel real soon, so stay tuned for that. But whilst I was there I stumbled across this shop, which is genuinely one of the craziest shops I've ever been to in my life. As you've already seen at the start, I got myself a parking ticket. I was there that long, but it was well worth it. This is one of the most innocuous looking shops from the outside that I've ever seen. It was a bit like a TARDIS. Once you go into it, it's huge, and there's just like a rabbit warren of different rooms and staircases, and yeah, there's so much amazing stuff. I can't believe I found this shop completely by accident. Enjoy the footage.
Retro Ghetto.
I told you all it was crazy, right? It's almost like the shop of my dreams. As I said, going into what, on the outside, I saw a few games from the outside and I thought it was just going to be like a bit of a pawn shop. I expected it to be kind of a few random bits, maybe a few TVs, instruments, that kind of stuff, and then a few video games. I did not expect to find room after room, jam-packed, floor to ceiling, wall to wall of retro goodness. If I hadn't had the family in tow, especially a 4-year-old with me, I could have spent all day digging through there, irrespective of how many parking fines I might have got for doing so. Let's get into the pickup so I can show you what I was able to find in there. And the first thing that I picked up was for little man, and it was this. Little man's starting school this year, and obviously I love Hercules, right? And we talk about it enough on the channel, so it's no surprise that little man loves Disney's Hercules as well. I managed to find him this. This was brand new with tags on. The movie came out in 1997, so I can only assume that this was sort of 97 as well. It's got Nestle branding on it. Nestle celebrates Disney's Hercules, so it makes me wonder if this was some kind of mail away or something that maybe you could have got with tokens from cereals or something like that. So yeah, it was nice to have got that for him. And in a shop which pretty much had everything, including the kitchen sink, you'll not be surprised that there was some VHS there. The VHS section was really good. As you've seen, it was loads of WWF VHS, which is a niche that I'm tempted to get into, but guys, I collect enough things, right? I don't need to start to go down any more rabbit holes. My VHS section at the moment, I'm very, very cautious of not growing it too much. VHS take up quite a lot of room on the shelves, and before you know it, I'll end up with another room full of VHS. So I've been very, very cautious as to the genres that I buy, and I'm primarily going for sort of hood gangster films and films that I grew up watching in like my teenage years. And this fits that bill exactly. So I picked up the VHS of New Jack City. So New Jack City was a movie that came out in 1991. It features Wesley Snipes, Ice-T and Chris Rock to name but a few. And as I say, it's just one of them all-time gangster classics that I grew up watching. And yeah, definitely fits in nicely with my current VHS collection. Alright, on to the games. I'm always talking about how I want to increase my GameCube collection. I do enjoy the system, and it's just something that I don't find many games for out in the wild. And the games that I do find are really going up in value, so I find it quite difficult to add to my GameCube collection. However, this is a game that I've been intrigued by for some time, so I was glad to find it there for a good price. And that is 13. This game recently got a remaster, but all I ever heard anybody talking about was how the original was better. This was a 2003 first-person shooter with like a cartoon style. I really appreciate the cel-shaded graphics in games like this. And yeah, it's just one of them games that I'm very much intrigued by. The only annoyance with this is it was one of them, what company was it? It was Extreme Games that used to put these annoying stickers, and they're not on the plastic, it's actually on the inside, on the spine. Very annoying. I really want to try and get that removed, because to me the spine artwork is imperative, because that's what you see on the shelves, right? So I'm going to do my best to get rid of that 5 for £30 sticker. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've played 13 on the GameCube and what your thoughts are on it. Right, and as I was leaving for the second time, this game caught my eye. It's that kind of shop. You're going to try and leave, and then you're going to be like, have I looked through that? Or have I seen that? Even going through this footage, I've seen about 3 or 4 things that I would have bought had I saw it at the time, but there's just so much there, and as I say, I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to have gone through everything. But I did manage to pick up Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the Xbox 360. I'm fortunate enough to already own this on the PlayStation 3, and I've actually got the really nice, rare Steelbook version. It's one of my favourite Steelbooks that I own. But Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a 3-on-3 fighter from 2011. It's very highly regarded amongst the fighting game community, and it's definitely something that I want to put more time into. The reason I've decided to buy it on the Xbox 360 when I already own it on the PlayStation 3 is that I own an Xbox 360 kiosk. For me, games like shmups and in particular fighters are perfect for playing on the Xbox 360 kiosk, and I'm always looking for games that I can play and I enjoy to play whilst I'm standing up, maybe when I've got 10 minutes here or there, maybe with a football game or something on in the background on the main TV. So yeah, definitely a game that I'm going to be putting some time into on the kiosk, and yeah, just a great roster of characters. Right, so all I want to say now is a massive shout out to the owner. He was very, very welcoming. He gave me a great deal on all this thing, so that is what I would say. Quite a few of the things aren't priced, but he's happy to do a good deal, especially if you put a few items together. I am hoping one day to be back in that area, because if I'm being honest, I feel like I've got unfinished business. As you've seen, there's so much stock in that shop. I want to go back on my own. I want to dedicate a few hours to going through everything. The only thing I would say is there's a few things in there that are inaccessible. You might have seen some of the standees, and I asked if I could have a look, but he basically said, to be honest mate, it's going to be very, very difficult to get to them. Just bear that in mind if you do visit, because there's so much stock. Not everything's going to be close to hand. And of course, a link to the Facebook page for this amazing store is in the description below. And as I aforementioned, I was actually there filming a different game and toy hunt, so look out for that coming on the channel real soon. A huge thank you for everybody that's taken the time to watch. Of course, we've also got some Retro Ghetto 3.0 update content coming real soon. The games room's really cracking on now, and yeah, I think you guys are going to enjoy the next installment of that. Keep it locked to the Retro Ghetto. As always, play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.